live lecture tayo, tapos ano pa, na-access niyo yung um, mga videos natin sa YT. Okay, so if you want to join, nakapin na po yung QR code dyan sa ating page. Okay? Alright, okay, so let's start. 9 o'clock na. So once again, this is Gurography. It's a free let review hub. Okay, yan. So although it's free, meron akong program na 300 items, weekly drills. Okay, so that's for 6 months already. Yan, so 150 lang siya. Okay, for 6 months already. So meron kang PDF after that. So mag-quiz ka ng 300 items and then may PDF ka din. And of course, yung Soksai major ship. Okay, yan. Yung Soksai major ship natin na 299 lang siya. Okay, so for more details, i-message niyo lang ako. Alright, and of course, yung mga compilation ng mga actual let questions nung 2025. So, e-flashcards siya. Okay, so 199 lang siya. Prof. and Gen Ed na. Okay, ayan. Ano ba yan? Bakit yung bangs ko ganyan? Alright, so ayan. Okay, so flex ko lang yung Team Supremo. Yan, si Sir Darwin Barca. Yan. Ano siya, high rater siya sa Soksai. Okay, and then of course yung mga nag-top sa atin sa BSED na Team Balagtas sila. So ngayon, Team Quijano na tayo. Okay. All right. So, professional education, number 1. Yan. So, among categories of time in classrooms and schools, which refers to the number of days and hours in the school calendar specified by the school and government agencies. Okay, A, allocated time ba yan? B, transition time. C, academic learning time. And D, engaged time. Okay, so ulitin natin. Among categories of time in classrooms and schools, which refers to the number of days and hours in the school calendar specified by the school and government agencies. Okay, so lagay niyo pa yung number pag kayo. Okay, A, allocated time. B, transition time. C, academic learning time. And D, engaged time. Okay, so ilagay niyo pa yung number. Parang medyo malabo. Ayun. Okay, so can you put the number, please? Yan, Diyos ko, wala ata. Yan, ilagay niyo pa yung number nung sagot nyo. Kung ano yung question na sinasagutan nyo. Hindi ko ata kailangan Sige na guys, you try. Wala ata yung mga TikTok natin. Paano ba natin sabihin yung mga TikTok guys na dito na tayo? Ano na guys? Ano yung sagot nyo dyan? Okay, so for example, dyan, isasabihin nila, okay, ang English natin ay from 9 to 11. Okay, yon. So, ano yung sagot nyo? Allocated time ba yan? Ay, medyo naglalag pala ng konti din. Pero konti lang naman. Okay, ano po yung sagot nyo dyan, guys? Ba yan? Ala. Ay, nako. Ano po yung sagot natin? Wala akong nakikitang Hindi ko alam kung wala ba talaga nagko-comment or kasi itim yung screen ko. Okay, so let's just, okay? Alright, so yan, ang sagot po dyan ay, itim yung screen ko eh. Alright, so ang sagot po dyan ay allocated time. Alright, so sabi ko nga, halimbawa pag sinabi, ang English natin ay from 1 to 2 p.m. Okay, yan. Okay, so tingnan natin ano yung mga different time na to. Okay, yan. Sorry. Alright. So tong academic learning time, okay? Ito yung magkasama, okay? Magkasama na allocated time at saka engaged time. Okay, yan. So explain muna natin. Sabi ko nga nangatan yung allotted time, ito yung scheduled time for instruction. Tapos yung engaged time, ito yung time na nagle-learn yung mga learner. Okay, it's either active, ibig sabihin nakikipag-discuss yung mga bata, okay, yon, or passive, meaning nagli-listen lang sila. Okay, yan. And yung academic learning time, sakop na yung engaged time at saka allocated time. Pero sa academic learning time, kasama doon na dapat, okay, is there is 85% na successful rate or success rate. Okay, yan. And of course, Transition time, ibig sabihin non-instructional time. Ibig sabihin, hindi ka nagtuturo or hindi nagtuturo yung teacher, okay? So, transition nga siya, okay, to go to another activity, okay? For example, yan, so, nagbibigay ng homework, okay, yung mga ganon, okay, nag-check ng attendance, okay, ganon. Number 2, a student got a numerical grade of 80. What is his descriptor for his level of proficiency? Okay, A, very satisfactory. B, ay, ano ba yan? Dapat, ano ba yan? Okay, dapat outstanding yon. Okay, A, outstanding. B, satisfactory. C, very satisfactory. And D, did not meet uh, expectation. Okay. So again, a student got a numerical grade of 80. What is his descriptor for his level of proficiency? A, outstanding. B, satisfactory. C, very satisfactory. And D, did not meet expectation. Okay? All right? So let's just, bakit ganito black yung screen ko? Okay, hindi ko tuloy alam kung may nanonood ba, may sumasagot ba. Okay. Alright, and ang sagot natin dyan ay 80. Pag 80, it is satisfactory. Okay? Yan, it is satisfactory. So, tignan muna natin to. Alright? So, ito siya. Alright, so nasa DO8. Okay, DO8. Ayan. So, mag-start siya sa DFSVO. Okay? So, ang aking mnemonics naman, difficult ba yan? Okay, difficult ba? Fighting pa rin. Okay, soon my victory at oath taking. Okay, DFSVO. Okay, so let's start with D. Okay, so pag did not meet expectations, ibig sabihin na fail siya. Okay, so that is below 75. And then, ang magiging clue nyo na lang dito, mag-add-add na lang kayo ng 4. Okay, so of course, pag fairly satisfactory, mag-start ka na sa 75 plus 4, 79. Satisfactory, 80 plus 4, 84. So 80 to 84. Very satisfactory, okay, 85 to 89. And pag outstanding, sipin mo na lang pag sa Ilocano ba naman yung naisip ko. Nung nagkasagpat ka, kung nakasagpat ka sa 9, line of 9, that's outstanding already. Alright. Number 3, what principle is violated if a teacher uses offensive language to control a disruptive class? A, teaching is a one-way process. B, teaching is communication. C, teaching is classroom management. And D, teaching is a moral act. Okay. So again, what principle is violated if a teacher uses offensive language to control a disruptive class? A, teaching is a one-way process. B, teaching is communication. C, teaching is classroom management. Okay, and D, teaching is moral act. Okay. Number 3 na tayo. Lagay niyo po yung number. Ayun, may nakikita na ako. Dapat pala punta ako dun sa live chat. Okay, ilagay niyo po yung number please para alam ko kung masyado ba tayo naglalag or hindi. Parang ganon. So, I have to go pala dun sa live chat. Parang kinda naglalag pa rin pala kahit gumagamit ka ng Alright? Ano yung sagot nyo dyan? Alright? So, let's see. Sabi niya, pag gumagamit ka ng offensive language, okay? So, is it being respectful? Is that right? Okay, yan. Yun ang pwede nyong itanong. Alright? And that is why the answer here is letter D. Okay? Teaching is a moral act. Okay? Kasi nga, di ba, pag sinabi mong moral, it is knowing what is right and wrong. Okay, ganyan. And respect, of course, is part na doon, di ba? Respect is, you know that is right to give to your learner. Okay, yan. So, ito naman, teaching is a one-way process. This is a traditional lecture method. Okay, yan. Teaching is communication. So, kahit din naman yung offensive language is still communication naman. Pero it is a bad communication. All right. Number 4. What is the cultural trait of conflicting values that aims to please people in different venues and situations rather than abide by principles. A, bahala na mentality. B, kanya-kanya system. C, split level personality. And D, crab mentality. Okay, so far, dalawa pa lang naman ang sumasagot. Pero at least nakikita ko na. Okay, lagyan niyo po yung number. Okay, so again, what is the cultural trait of conflicting values that aims to please people in different venues and situations rather than abide by principles? A, bahala na mentality. B, kanya-kanya system. C, split level personality. And D, crab mentality. Okay. Yan. So sabi niya, rather than abide by principles. So ibig sabihin, kahit iba yung prinsipyo mo, ah, sa kailangan mong gawin. Okay, yan. So sabi niya, to please people in different avenues. So kahit labag dun sa prinsipyo mo, ginagawa mo pa rin yun. Depende sa venues. Okay? And that is why the answer here is split level personality. Okay. So may sumagot dito, crab mentality. Okay, so ang crab mentality naman is hindi naman ano parang ang actually ang kung pwede pang sabihin is hypocrisy. Okay, yung sagot ng number 4. And ang crab mentality naman, it's not about being a hypocrite. Okay, ang crab mentality is you just ayaw mo lang na may lumamhang. Okay, yan. Gusto mo gusto natin pare-parehas tayo, parang ganoon. Okay, so bahala na mentality yan. Alam na natin yan yung bahala na living things to faith. Okay, and kanya-kanya system. Okay, ayaw mong makipag-cooperate. Okay, so actually, before ko explain. All right, so ang split level personality is actually originally it's split level Christianity yan. All right. So ito muna before ko explain to. So he introduced the concept of split level Christianity in a 1966 essay, okay, using the story of a bilingual parrot to illustrate the conflict between formal religious values and spontaneous indigenous behavior among Filipinos. Okay, so red ba yan na Jaime C. Bulataw or blue na F. Landa Hocano? Okay, yan. So originally, sabi ko nga, yung split level personality is originally split level Christianity siya. Yan, na ano, it's also conflicting, okay, yan. Parang iba din, okay, yung atake ng isang tao, okay, depende yan kung nasa sitwasyon ba na formal religious values or indigenous behavior, okay? Yan. So ano yung sagot niyo yan? Red or blue ba yan? Okay. Ano nakita ko yung tanong na to, actually ang nakalagay doon is split personality, okay? And nung ginugol ko, sabi ko wala namang ano, iba naman yung split personality, which of course ano alam natin na ano yun? Okay, so alam naman natin na iba yung split personality, and then yun nga, ito yung nakita ko na pinakamalapit. Okay, so it's split level personality. All right, so the answer here is it is okay, pwede ang isagot nyo dito ay red or blue. Okay? Red or blue ba yan? Okay, red or blue ba yan? Ano ni? Alright? Okay, so let's reveal na lang the answer. Okay, so it is Jaime C. Bulataw. Okay, yung si F. Landa Hocano, alam na natin yan yung core population theory. Okay, wag din natin i-explain to. Okay, madugo. Okay, next na, pwede naman nating anuhan natin yan. Okay, but it is just about it is about yung origin ng mga tao dito sa Pilipinas, yung kay F. Landa Hocano. Okay, yan. Okay, so inexplain ko na sa inyo kanina yung pinakauna talaga na meaning ng split level Christianity is it's between formal or Christian values or indigenous. Okay? So for example, yan. So pag formal or Western or Christian values, for example, yung isang politician talaga, no? Okay, yung isang politician, nagbi-believe siya sa honesty. Okay, parang ganun. Oh, dapat pagkaharap niya yung mga constituents niya, 'di ba? Yan. Tapos, dun sa traditional values, okay? Di ba sa tradition natin, parang maano tayo sa personalism? Di ba? Yung parang ganyan, parang, okay lang yan. Sige, pumasok ka na lang dun sa work na to kasi kilala kita eh. Parang ganon. So, parang kinontra din niya not mismo honest pero kinontra niya yung integrity niya. Okay, yan. Okay. Number five, pictures, models, and visual aids should be presented in which part of the lesson? A, initiating activities, B, developmental activities, C, culminating activities, and D, evaluation activities. Okay? So, again, ayan. So, pictures, models, and visual aids should be presented in which part of the lesson? Okay, A, initiating activities ba yan? B, developmental activities ba yan? C, culminating activities ba yan? Or D, evaluation activities? Okay, nalilate pa din yung iba, no? Kahit nakaganito na yan. So, imagine nyo kung naka-StreamYard pa tayo. Diyos ko, Lord. Okay. Good evening din po. Ayan, so buti napunta kayo dito. Wala na tayo sa TikTok, dito na tayo mag-try, okay? Napagod na ako doon. Okay. So, ano yung sagot nyo dyan sa number 5? Lagyan nyo yung number, guys, para malaman ko kung gaano kalag yung ating live. Okay. Medyo lag din pala talaga. Kasi tumitingin kasi ako dito sa iPad. Tinitingnan ko yung parang 10 seconds din, 5 to 10 seconds. Alright, okay. Alright, so sabi nung iba. Alright, so okay, so kailan mo pinapakita yung pictures, models, and visual aids? Okay, di ba? So gumagawa tayo ng ganon. Okay, yung mga visual aids natin, gumagawa tayo usually for the lesson, for our lesson proper. Okay, and the lesson proper is under developmental activities. Okay, yan. So tingnan natin. Alright, so initiating activities, ito lang yung mga opening activities mo lang, okay? Pwedeng mga pa-games mo lang. Mayon yung parang, how do you call that? Uh, icebreaker, yung mga ganon. Okay? And developmental, sabi ko nga, developmental activities, ito yung lesson proper mo, which is, gagamit ka syempre ng diagrams, lahat na ng PPT, yung mga ganon, okay? Yun yung gagamitin mo yung mga whatever visual aids na ginawa mo, alright? And culminating, what is the meaning of culminating? That is closing. Okay, so ito na yung mga gusto mo nang i-summarize, okay? Yan. And then, of course, yung evaluation. Although, hindi natin sinasabi na evaluation is always nasa last part, okay? So pwede kasi na, 'di ba, pag formative, pwedeng it's dito siya, 'di ba? Yung ganyan, okay? So but itong 1 2 3, okay? So at least iyon man lang yung different stages. Okay. Number 6, which of the following is not a provision for teacher welfare under the Magna Carta? A, sabbatical leave, B, health insurance, C, free tuition for children, and D, salary standardization. Okay. So again, which of the following is not a provision for teacher welfare under the Magna Carta? Okay, or RA 4670. Okay, A, sabbatical leave ba yan? B, health insurance. C, free tuition for children. And D, salary standardization. Okay. So, linakihan ko na dyan yung not. Okay. Not. Grabe, ang pagkalag pa rin talaga. Oh, 5, 4, 3. Wala, hindi pa rin nag-aano. Lag pa rin talaga, guys. I-compare natin sa TikTok, Almost 10 seconds din. Okay, so maybe Alright, ano yung sagot nyo dito? Okay, so C, 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 C. Alright, so tama kayo dyan. Alright, so it is free tuition for children. Okay, so may nabasa ako na pinopose daw to, okay, na free tuition for children sa mga state universities, ganun, pero hindi pa to na-approve. Okay, so ito na nga. So ito yung mga sa Magna Carta, sabbatical leave. Ang sabbatical leave kasi is personal and professional. Ito yung mga leave na gagamitin mo for personal and professional growth. Okay? So, although hindi ginamit yung sabbatical leave, but sa Magna Carta, ang ginamit doon ay study leave. Okay, okay. Ang health insurance, yes, okay, nasa section 22 din yan. So, medical examination and treatment. And of course, salary standardization. Okay, so kahit hindi natin alam, okay, of course, dapat standardize yung teachers. Okay, you give what is due. All right. Number 7, what is the nursery of the state? Okay, A, home ba yan? B, school. C, hospital. And D, convents. Okay, so again, ilagay niyo po yung number para alam ko kung gaano tayo kalag. Okay, again, what is the nursery of the state? A, home. B, school. C, hospital. And D, convents. Okay. Grabe. Ay, grabe ang laga. Okay, ilagay niyo po yung number. Okay, ilagay niyo po yung number, guys. Please, ilagay niyo yung number para nakikita ko din naman kung gaano tayo kalag. Ha? Alright, of course. Ayan, so, uy, ngayon lang lumabas sa phone ko yung mga sagot niyo. May gulay. Alright, and of course, the answer here is, okay, A. Sabi niya, nursery of the state. Okay, ibig sabihin pag nursery, di ba, is doon na shape, okay? Doon natututo, okay? Ang mga bata, okay? Nursery of the state. Okay, so do you think sa bahay po yon? Sa bahay po ba talaga yon? Ayun, okay, yeah. So may sumagot ng B. And of course, yes, the answer there is B, school. Okay, good job. Alright. Ayan, so nasa Code of Ethics ba yan? Article 2. Okay, the schools are the nurseries of the future citizens of the state. Okay? Yan. Number 8. How can you consider a person professional? Okay, A, graduate of a degree university. B, having ethical competence. C, abides by his or her personal code of ethics. And D, skilled. Okay, so again, how can you consider a person professional? Okay, a graduate of a degree or university, from a university dapat yan. Okay, or from a college, okay, from college, okay. B, having ethical competence. C, abides by his or her personal code of ethics. And D, skilled. Yan, number 8. Okay, ilagay po natin yung number. Please, ilagay po natin yung number. Lagay po natin yung number, guys, para nakikita ko din. Okay. Alright. Lagay po natin yung number para nakikita ko, guys. Para nakikita ko kung ano. Alright, okay. So, tama. Okay, very good kayo dyan. The answer there is graduate of a degree. Okay? Yan. Kasi, di ba, ang professionals, okay, are usually highly qualified individuals at dapat nag-undergo siya ng education. Hindi lang education, but can also be training. Kaya nga, di ba, professional driver. Okay, so hindi ibig sabihin na nakatapos siya ng degree, pero nagkaroon siya ng training. Okay, so but from this one, from these options, ito yung best. Okay, kasi yung having ethical competence, okay, having ethical competence, that is, I think, professionalism. Okay, so that is, there's a difference between a professional and professionalism. Kasi yung professional, dapat meron kang skills that you got from education or training. Yan, meron kang expertise. At saka yung professionalism, yun yung code of conduct, okay, that is expected from a professional. Okay, so letter B is professionalism. Okay, yung skilled, tama naman dapat skilled. Okay, pero uh, skill doesn't mean na kinuha mo yun sa education yung skills mo. 'Di ba yan? So the best answer here is letter A. Okay, number 9. According to the Magna Carta for Public School Teachers, RA 4670, how many hours of workload per week should teachers render? Okay, A, 24 hours, B, 30 hours, C, 40 hours, and D, 48 hours. Okay. Sakit ng throat ko. 9, according to the Magna Carta for Public School Teachers, RA 4670, how many hours of workload per week should teachers render? Okay, A, 24 hours, B, 30 hours, C, 40 hours, and D, 80 hours. Okay, by the way, inaano natin to guys yung mga makamiss nito is may lalagay sa ating YT channel. Okay, but of course, napakahalaga pa rin talaga yung engagement. Okay, iba pa rin yung nag-critical thinking ka. Okay, at nakikipag-engage ka kasi napapractice din yun nga, yung critical thinking. Alright? And of course, okay, sabi niya CB. Okay, CB. Alright, so the answer here is, hindi ko pala na ano yung time. Okay, so CB, CB, okay. So the answer here is 30 hours. Okay, yan. Okay, alright. Kasi nakalagay po dito, yan, sa section 13, ang teaching hours is not more than 6 hours, okay, of actual classroom teaching. Alright? Pero, okay, pag there is exigencies, okay, you can render more than 6 hours. Pero dapat hindi siya nag-e-exceed ng 8 hours. And then, kasi lumalabas po to yan. Pag nag-exceed ka ng 8 hours, yung 2 hours doon, mababayaran ka. Okay, yan. Na based doon sa regular remuneration mo. Plus, okay, plus may 25% ka pa nung basic pay mo. Okay, so ulitin natin kasi lumalabas po to. Sabi, thank you po sa free review. No problem. Okay, I'm more than happy. So, ulitin natin kasi lumalabas din to. So, pag more than 6 hours, but should not exceed 8 hours, dapat mabayaran ka dun sa 2 hours mo. Okay, yung 2 hours mo na yon, okay, is calculated basing dun sa regular remuneration mo. Plus, okay, ibig sabihin, additional pa to na 25% nung also based dun sa basic pay. Alright. Number 10, which teaching method is most appropriate when students could not find information about a specific topic? Okay, A, project method, B, discovery method, C, lecture method, and D, demonstration method. Okay, so again, number 10, which teaching method is most appropriate when students could not find information about a specific topic? A, project method ba yan? B, discovery method, C, lecture method, and D, demonstration method. Yan. So, hindi daw makahanap ang mga estudyante. Okay, additional 25% for the 2 hours. Additional 25% on top noong bayad mo ng 2 hours. Okay, yan. So, additional 25% on top. Ibig sabihin, idadagdag pa doon aside dun sa bayad mo na 2 hours. Okay, so number 10, 10, B, sabi niya. Alright. Okay. Alright, so ang sagot ko dyan ay it is lecture method. Okay. Kasi nga, di ba, kung walang masyadong mahanap ka ng information, okay, yung mga student, okay, paano nila gagawin yung discovery method? Okay? Kasi ang mangyayari kasi pag kulang, okay, yung mga resources mo is doon papasok yung expertise ng teacher. Okay? So for example, kasi ang expertise ng teacher is not only to do a deep research, pero also kailangan din niyang piliin, okay, yan, or i-assess, okay, basing sa experience niya, ganun, at intindihin, okay, yung mga napaka-few na resources niya, okay. So in fact, sabi niya itong lecture method na hanap ko to, sabi niya is particularly suitable when there are no textbook or other teaching materials. Okay, or if there is an overabundance of teaching material din naman. So it is either wala or sobra. Kasi nga, pag wala or sobra ang teaching resources or mga resources na to, dyan papasok yung expertise ng teacher. Yan. Okay, ang nakalagay pa doon is kapag confusing, okay, kapag confusing yung mga resources, gagamitin mo din yung lecture method. Okay, yan. Number 11, what is the most systematic process in preparing instructional materials? Okay, A, design, utilization, evaluation, tsaka development ba yan? Okay, B, design, development, utilization, and evaluation. C, development, design, utilization, and evaluation. And D, development, utilization, evaluation, and design. Okay, so again, what is the most systematic process in preparing instructional materials? A, design, utilization, evaluation, development. B, design, development, utilization, evaluation. C, development, design, utilization, evaluation. And D, development, utilization, evaluation, and then design. Okay. So, halimbawa, gagawa ka ng PPT. Ganyan, yun ang gusto mong gamitin as instructional material. Okay, ganyan. Or, halimbawa, kahit yung mga manipulatives na visual aids. Okay, so, ano ba dapat kayong una mong gawin? Okay, so number 11 na po tayo. Parang bumibilis yung ating live. Ay, hindi. Meron pa rin talagang almost 10 seconds. Alright. Alright, so ang sagot na niyan ay B, BCC, C. Okay, so of course, ano ba yung pinakauna muna? Okay, so dapat alam nyo na kahit halos lahat ng gagawin mo, dapat mauna muna yung design. Okay, yan. So dapat wala na yung letter C, guys. Kasi development, ito na yung gagawin mo na. Okay, so ang answer dyan ay letter B, design, develop, okay, utilize, and then evaluate. Okay, so let's see. Explain lang natin. But this is very, self-explanatory. Pero let's see. Okay. Alright, so design. Okay, ito yung iisipin mo. Okay, so of course, before you design, dapat alam mo kung ano yung objective mo. Ang objective ko ay magtuturo ako ng planets. Okay, for example, ganyan. And then of course, so dun sa design, dapat mag-isip ka din, ano ba yung i-content mo doon, okay? Para hindi ma-overwhelm, okay? Maybe ilagay mo, of course, the different planets, yung mga ganon. Tapos, gusto ko idagdag yung mga nila, yung mga what they are known for, parang ganon. Pero hindi ko na idagdag yung ganito, pero OA, parang ganon, okay? Depende kasi yan sa kakayahan ng mga bata din. Okay, yan. Alright, development, ito na yung create, okay? And that is why dapat hindi siya mauna, okay? Ito na yung gagawin mo na, okay? Yan. So, for example, PowerPoint, so you make your PowerPoint na yan. Lalagyan ko na to ng ganyan-ganyan, ng mga pa-sound, okay? Yung mga ganon. Utilization, utilize, meaning use, okay? So, use the material, okay? And evaluate, tignan mo, okay, kung yung material naman yun ay naging helpful, okay? Yan. So, how? Okay, you give a quiz or ask feedback from learners, okay? So, nung nagturo ako ng kindergarten, ang ginagawa ko, flash ko ulit yung halimbawa yung picture na yon, yung ginamit ko, tapos flash ko without words, ganyan, tatanungin ko, ano to, yung mga ganon, okay? So, para makita kung may na-learn sila. Okay, number 12, which is an example of ethical use of technology by a teacher. Okay, A, downloading paid software without license. B, giving students free access to copyrighted materials. C, citing sources when using online materials. And D, sharing test answers online. Okay, So again, number 12, which is an example of ethical use of technology by a teacher? A, downloading paid software without license. B, giving students free access to copyrighted materials. C, citing sources when using online materials. And D, sharing test answers online. Okay. Okay, so number 12 na tayo. Okay, thank you. At least kahit pa paano may nanood ngayon, first time nating mag-ano sa Gurography. Okay, so sana yung mga lagi nanonood sa ating TikTok, sana alam nyo na lumipat na tayo. Okay, first time kong na ginamit natin to. Okay, but I will post naman there every day. Okay, para alam nyo. Alright? So of course, yes. So ethical use, pag nakita natin yung moral, ethical, okay, pag ethical, ibig sabihin dapat alam mo, okay, yung what is moral, okay, yan yung meaning na naman ng ethical, alright, so and moral, pag alam na natin, what you can distinguish what is wrong and what is right, okay, what is the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do, okay, and of course, download it without license, yan, so mali, yan, okay, ito naman, giving students free access to copyrighted materials. Copyrighted na nga, di ba? Tapos binibigay mo. Okay, dapat for you lang. Kung binili mo, sa'yo lang. Parang ganon. Alright, ito namang sharing test answers online. Parang nuisance naman kasi to, di ba? Parang nuisance man the word doon. Okay, parang hindi mo alam kung tama or mali, 'di ba? Pero ito kasi yung nakalagay na nasa option, okay? Yan, pwede kasing sabihin mo na, shinare niya nung tapos na yung exam, 'di ba? Parang ganun. Pero still, best answer there is you cite your sources. Pag gumamit ka syempre ng mga online materials. Okay, yan. Still, the best answer pa rin. Okay. Ito naman. So before tayo pumunta sa ano, ito muna para malaman natin. Which term refers to the process of deciding what to include in a curriculum and how to organize and present it so that the curriculum can be implemented effectively and with understanding. Okay. So read ba yan? Instructional strategy ba yan? Or curriculum design? Okay. So again, which term refers to the process of deciding what to include in a curriculum and how to organize and present it so that the curriculum can be implemented effectively and with understanding. Okay, so instructional strategy ba yan or curriculum design? Okay, so sulat nyo lang kung red ba yan or, ayan, may sumasagot pa sa number 10. So, ganun kalag. Okay, so red ba yan or blue? Yan. So, andyan na yun. Yung sa question, andyan na yung mga words. Okay? Yan yung mga clues nyo. Alright. Okay. Very good kayo dyan. Yes, and of course, it is curriculum design. Yan. So, yun na yun yung pag-design mo. Inano lang naman, di ba? So, pag-design mo ng curriculum. Kasi instructional strategy, ito yung mga strategies na gagamitin mo when you are teaching. Okay? Or when you teach. Okay, so ito talaga yung tanong niyan, okay? In elementary level, when English, literature, and social studies relate well, what curriculum design is shown? Okay, A, personalized curriculum design ba yan? B, correlation design ba yan? C, core-centered design ba yan? Or D, broad field design? Okay, so, isa sa options dito lumabas nung September 2026 at 2025. So again, number 13 in elementary level, when English literature and social studies relate well, what curriculum design is shown? A, personalized curriculum design. Grabe yung sore throat ko. B, correlation design. C, core-centered design. And D, broad field design. Okay na, number 13. Number 13. Okay, alright. Very good. Yes, kasi nakikita nyo yung ano dyan, di ba? Galing yung mag-spot, di ba? Relate well, sabi niya. Okay, sana all. Alright, and of course, the answer there is correlation design. Ba't na iba yung ano? Alright, Okay, so tingnan natin yung mga difference nito. Ang lumabas dati nung September 2026, ang alam ko is Broadfield. Okay, yan. So, tingnan natin. Ilinagay ko yung Broadfield at saka correlation kasi ano to. Okay, so pag correlation design, okay, is yung mga subject na related, okay, is yung mga there are subjects na pinagre-relate nyo, okay, para hindi siya magka-fragment. Okay, so for example, sabi niya, 'di ba sa yung mga novel, okay, for example, El Filibusterismo, 'di ba? So pwede niyo i-tackle 'yon sa English, 'di ba? But also you can tackle it also in social studies. Okay, yan. So nagkakaroon din actually ng continuity. Okay, yung broad field naman is tawag doon, pinag-isa mo siya. Okay? Kasi, okay, sa correlation design kasi, yung mga subjects na pinag-relate mo will still maintain their uniqueness. Okay? Pero dun sa broad field, pinag-isa mo na. Okay? So, for example niyan, sabi niya, pag sa language art, pinag-isa mo na yan yung reading, writing, grammar, literature, speech, drama. Okay? So, lahat po yan will be under language arts. Okay? Or, for example, sabi niya, physics, chemistry, biology, astronomy, geology will be under general science. Okay, that is just an example. Okay, and then of course, learner-centered or personalized design. Okay, so ito yung personalized. Alam mo na, okay, dinesign mo yung curriculum basing doon sa kung ano ang kailangan ng learner mo. Okay, and then core curriculum design, core. Okay, ibig sabihin, kailangan lahat ng mga estudyante ay matakal nila yon. Okay, that is part of the curriculum. It should be a part of the curriculum, parang ganon. Okay, no matter kung ano man yung maging specialization nila. Okay, so for example, halimbawa, ang specialization ko ay Soksay, parang ganon, no? Ang isa ay TLE, ganyan-ganyan. Yung sa core, kailangan may English, parang ganon. Okay, yun. And that is parang napaka-basic na example. All right, number 14, what characteristic of a test yields the same score regardless of who checks it? Okay, A, reliability, B, validity, C, administrability, or D, objectivity. Okay, so again, number 14, what characteristics of a test yields the same score regardless of who checks it? Okay, A, reliability ba yan? B, validity, C, administrability, and the objectivity. Okay, so ilang beses ko sinabi, we base yung sagot natin sa mga options. Okay, kung wala sa option yung alam natin, wag na nating ipagpilitan. Okay, sabi nga ng mga coaches na nagre-review ako, wag kalabanin ang tanong. Alright. Okay. A. Sige. How about the others? C. Okay, so let's see. So sabi niya, kahit sino yung nag-correct. Okay, ganyan is tama pa rin yung score. Okay? For example, ako, okay? Na teacher, okay? Ito yung score ko. Tapos ikaw na teacher, paborito mo kasi 'yon. Okay? Pero sabi mo hindi, dapat hindi ko kahit paborito ko to, dapat ito pa rin yung score kasi ito yung deserve niya. Okay, ganon. Alright, sige nga. Gusto nyo magpalit ng sagot? Gusto nyo magpalit ng sagot? Yan. O kaya, ikaw yung halimbawa ako na teacher, ikaw na teacher, ito yung linagay mo, o tama naman sa tingin mo yan, okay, this is what teacher, the learner deserve. Tapos ako, pagkakita ko yung batang yun, halimbawa hindi ko siya gusto, di ba? So parang, ito na lang yung bigay ko, kahit naman ang ganda-ganda ng pagkasagot niya, pero dahil hindi ko siya gusto, binigyan ko siya ng mababa. Okay? Alright, so the answer there, guys, is objective. Okay? Kasi nga, 'di ba, pag hindi ka objective, pag subjective ka, it's either kino-consider mo yung feelings mo dun sa learner. Okay? So, 'yun yung meaning ng subjective. All right. So, let's see what are this. Okay, so ito pag reliability, yung mga sumagot sa letter. Okay, yan. So, ayan. Grabe, smorgasbord yung ano natin, B, D. Okay, walang sumagot ng letter C. Okay. Alright, so ang sagot nun ay letter D ha. Okay, so reliability. Okay, ang lumalabas niyan is nagbibigay ka ng dalawang parallel. Okay, dalawang parallel na test. Okay? Sa dalawang occasions. Okay, ganyan. Sa the same participants. Okay, yun yung reliability, okay? Para tingnan mo kung, okay, kung how do you call that? Consistent pa rin, okay, yung result. Okay, that is the meaning of reliability. Okay, validity, kaya ito naman yung ang lumalabas naman yan, gas-gas na gas-gas is the extent to which a test measures what it claims to measure. Okay? You are talking about yung, depende yan, okay, yan, kung content or construct. Okay, so for example, pag content, halimbawa, ang itunuro mo ay subject verb. Okay, ganyan. Alright, so dapat yung question mo is about subject verb. Okay, huwag kang magdagdag doon ng grammar na about, for example, plural and singular. Okay, yun yung gusto niya sabihin ng validity. Okay, na-explain ko na yung objectivity. And then usability, ang usability, pwede siyang, another word is administrability or practicality. Okay, so for example, yan. So sabi niya, halimbawa yung yung pates mo ay paggamit nung nag-iisang manipulative mo. Di ba? Tapos 50 yung mga estudyante mo, di kailan ka pa matatapos. Okay, yan. Ba't di ka nalang gumawa nung paper and pencil test? Okay, yung ganon. Okay, yun yung meaning ng usability or administrability or practicality. Okay? O yan. Number 15, what is the main goal of systematic instruction? Okay, A, to ensure mastery for all learners. B, to allow students to discover concepts entirely on their own. C, to cover as much content as possible in a short time. And D, to encourage competition and rank students by ability. Okay. Again, second. What is the main goal of systematic instruction? A, to ensure mastery for all learners. B, to allow students to discover concepts entirely on their own. C, to cover as much content as possible in a short time. And D, to encourage competition and rank students by ability. Okay, yan. Okay, so kahit hindi nyo alam yon, okay? Pag nakita nyo yung word na systematic, okay? So, pag yung mga ganyang concepts na parang overwhelming, okay? Pwede nyo i-define kung ano yung mga nakita nyong word doon, okay? So, instruction, ibig sabihin pagturo. Pag nakita nyo yung systematic, ano yung ibig niyang sabihin doon? Okay, bakit may sumasagot na number 10? Alright. So, BB. Okay. Alright. Alright, so ang sagot po niyan ay letter A. Okay, ang sagot po niyan ay letter A. Okay, so ano ba yung systematic? Meaning may logical step-by-step sequence yan. Okay, and what are these? Ito, syempre, iset mo muna yung objective, tapos magmo-model ka, tapos may guided practice ka, at tapos regular review. Okay, yan ang mga step by step nung systematic instruction. And what will happen? Okay, what will happen if sinunod mo tong systematic instruction mo? It will ensure mastery for all learners. Okay, kasi nga naman isipin niyo naman, 'di ba? Magmo-model ka, 'di ba? Ibig sabihin yung teacher ang gagawa. Tapos ang gagawin naman is sa guided practices yung mga bata naman, pero andun yung teacher na nag-guide, okay? So, it will really, ensure mastery for all learners, okay? Yung sumagot po sa letter B, no, to allow students to discover concepts entirely on their own, hindi po. Kasi dun sa systematic instruction, kasama po ang modeling, okay? So, kahit pa paano, malaki pa rin yung part, okay, ng teacher. Okay. Doon sa sumagot ng B. Okay, may sumagot din ng letter C, to cover as much content as possible in a short time. Okay, so hindi naman. Okay, yan. I think as much as possible, okay, is we don't do that. Okay, na i-cover mo yung maraming content na in a very short time. Okay, yan. Ang kailangan pa rin nating maano na dapat naka-learn yung bata. Okay. Number 16, when a learner reaches a point where no further improvement is expected. This is called A, regression. Sabi ni Ma'am Sia. B, learning plateau. C, developmental crisis. And D, depression. Okay, so again, when a learner reaches a point where no further improvement is expected, this is called A, regression, B, learning plateau, C, developmental crisis, and D, depression. Okay, so lahat po ba kayo member na ng Team Kihano? Yan, so ang ating live is is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Okay, yan. So, ito yung first time na nag-live tayo dito sa Gurography. Yan, kasi dati TikTok tayo, pero napagod na ako doon. Okay, so gusto ko namang itry dito. Okay, so kung gusto nyo kung hindi pa kayo member sa Team Kihano, naka-pin po dyan sa yung QR code dyan para makapag-Macboard kayo. Okay? And, alright, so sabi niya ay letter C, sabi niya, no further improvement. Okay? Parang yung heartbeat ba yan? Okay? Heartbeat na walang pataas, walang pababa. Okay? Tiit! Ganun lang siya. Okay, so what can you imagine? Okay, what can you imagine pag ganon? Okay, is it a developmental crisis? Okay, yan. So may sumagot ng tama. Okay? Okay. Alright, so the answer there is learning plateau. Okay, ibig sabihin, di ba ang plateau is parang flat land? Di ba? Yung gano'n, yung nakataas pero flat pa rin. Di ba? Nakataas yung elevated pero flat. Okay, ibig sabihin walang taas, walang baba. Okay, yan. So ganyan din yan. So sabi niya, no further improvement. Okay, walang nangyayari. Okay, hindi gumaganda yung learning niya. Yung developmental crisis kasi, okay, this is about psychological or emotional conflict. Okay, for example, dun sa, ayun, ano ba yan? Okay, Erickson, okay, yung mga stages kay Erickson, na for example, sabi niya, role confusion, role ano yung isa na? Yung about sa roles niya, yan. So, dapat alam niya yung kanyang roles, ganyan. So, pag nagkakaroon ng developmental crisis, okay, pag hindi niya mapagtagpi, okay, kung ano yung role niya sa buhay, parang ganon. Alright? Alright, regression, alam naman natin yung nag-regress, okay, bumalik, okay, or bumalik, okay, yun yung meaning ng regress. Pagdating dun sa learning is, you lost what you gained, okay, yan, or the knowledge or the skill that you gained. Alright, and of course, depression, that's about mood naman yan, okay, how do you call that? Health, mental health. Okay, 17, creative reading is, A, reading beyond the lines, B, reading for evaluation, C, acquiring directly stated ideas, and D, assessing clarity and precision. Okay, so again, number 17, creative reading is A, reading beyond the lines, B, reading for evaluation, C, acquiring directly stated ideas, and D, assessing clarity and precision. Okay. All right, number 17. Number 17. Creative. Yan. Creative. Alright, so BDC. Okay, so kulang na lang ang A. Okay, and would you believe, guys? Okay, kung ano ba talaga yung wala doon, yun ang sagot. Okay, so creative reading is reading beyond the lines. Okay, yan. So creative reading is also known as, okay, critical reading. Okay, so you read beyond the text. Okay, meaning how do you call that? Na pwede mo siyang i-predict, ganyan, how do you call that? Mag-infer ka yan, mag-infer pala yan. And then nagbibigay ka ng connection, okay, nung material, okay? So hindi lang yung parang kung ano lang yung binasa mo, hindi lang yun, okay? So creative nga, so pinapagana mo yung imagination mo. Okay, so that is creative reading. Okay, so tingnan natin kung talagang na-gets nyo yung meaning ng creative reading. Okay, so BQ 17. Okay, meaning bonus question number 17. Which of the following is a real-world example of creative reading? A student reads a poem and then writes a new verse in the same style. B, a student reads a textbook chapters and answers comprehension question. Okay, A student reads a recipe and follows it to bake a cake. Okay, and D, a student reads a news article and highlights the main idea. Okay. Shish! Sabi niya. Bakit napashish ka? Alright, so again, which of the following is a real-world example of creative reading? A student reads a poem and then writes a new verse in the same style. B, a student reads a textbook chapter and answers comprehension questions. C, a student reads a recipe and follows it to bake a cake. And D, a student reads a news article and highlights the main idea. So sabi nga natin, ang creative reading is you read beyond the text. Okay, yan. So, do you think, ito, alisin na natin yung letter C. Kasi a student reads a recipe and follows it to bake a cake. Okay, so, wala, you didn't read between the line. Talagang kung ano yung nakita mo, yun yung ginawa mo. Okay, yan. So, alilisin na natin yung letter C. Alright? Okay, so let's reveal the answer. Okay, so ang answer niyan ay letter A. Okay, a student reads a poem and then writes a new verse in the same style. Kasi nga, sabi ko kanina, you create a meaning from the material. Okay, so how can you do it? Of course, sabi niya, you write a new verse in the same style. Okay, yan. Okay. Number 18, what statement is false regarding Article 8, the teacher and the learners? Okay, A, teachers should not accept favors in exchange for undeserved concessions. B, teachers should not inflict corporal punishment. C, teachers may develop romantic relationships with the learners. And D, teachers shall maintain a dignified personality. Ilagay niyo po yung number 18. Again, what statement is false regarding Article 8, the teacher and the learners? A, teachers should not accept favors in exchange of undeserved concessions. B, teachers should not inflict corporal punishment. C, teachers may develop romantic relationships with learners. And D, teachers shall maintain a dignified personality. Okay. Ang hindi kasama. Okay. Ilagay niyo po yung number para alam ko na kung ano yung sinasagutan niyo. Ilagay niyo yung number. Okay. Sabi niya false. Ano yung false po dyan? So, do you think, guys, na mali yung letter A, na teachers should not accept favors? Ibig sabihin ba, teachers should accept favors? Kung A yung sagot nyo dyan, guys. Alright, so ang sagot niyan ay letter C. Okay, so teachers may develop romantic relationships with learners. Although, okay, kaya siguro nalito kayo doon, although, pag sa Code of Ethics kasi, okay naman na magkaroon ka ng romantic relationship doon sa, lumalabas pa din kasi ito yan, so okay naman na magkaroon ka ng romantic relationship with their student, of course, provided na hindi na minor yan. Okay, and provided na dapat, you maintain utmost discretion. Okay, yan. And hindi ka nagbibigay halimbawa ng favoritism, ganun, just because jowa mo. Okay, pero doon sa Article 8 kasi, hindi talaga nakalagay dyan. Hindi talaga nakalagay yung, hindi explicitly said, okay, na letter C is okay. Okay, pero sabi ko nga sa Code of Ethics, this is acceptable. Okay, yan. So, yung letter A nasa section 4 pa yan, po yan. Yung letter B nasa section 8. Talaga naman, di naman talaga tayo pwedeng magbigay ng corporal punishment. Okay? Alam natin kung ano yung corporal punishment. Ito yung something that you do by force. Okay? Nananakit ka, yung mga ganon. Okay? And then, letter D, teacher shall maintain a dignified personality. Of course, nasa section 7 po yan. Okay. So, ito, yung mga, okay. So, pwede nyo basahin na lang to. Okay, pwede yung, pagbalikan nyo yung video na to, kasi ano ko naman, ipopost ko naman. Pwede nyo i-screenshot to. Okay, yung mga, ito. Napaka-importante kasing basahin nyo yan. Okay? Babasahin ko sana pero ang sakit ng throat ko. Okay, number 19. A child's mental development is clearly revealed by his, okay, A, ability to deal with abstract objects ba yan? B, capacity to remember things. C, ability to deal with reality. And D, ability to use language. So ulitin natin. A child's mental development is clearly revealed by his A, ability to deal with abstract objects ba yan? B, capacity to remember things. C, ability to deal with reality. And D, ability to use language. Number 19 na yan. So, mental development. Mental development. Saan mo dyan best makikita? Okay na okay yung mental development. Okay. Pwede din. Pwede din. Okay. So, may sumagot ng okay. B, C. A. 18 pala yung Oo. B at saka A. Tapos C. Okay, so let's reveal the answer. Alright, so ano nga ba muna tong mental development? So tingnan muna natin. Okay, so mental development is a process by which individuals acquire and refine their cognitive, okay, ibig sabihin pag ginagamit mo yung brain mo, emotional and social abilities. Okay, and then it involves an unfolding of capabilities. Okay, ibig sabihin, na nadidiscover mo at na nagagawa mo na, okay, yung mga capabilities mo, okay? And that is why the answer there is ability to use language. Kasi what do you do, okay? Pag nag-use ka ng language, okay? Of course, you have to think, you have to understand, you have to use your reason, mga communication skills, okay, yung mga yon. Okay, so kumbaga kumpleto. Alright? Yung sagot na letter B, okay, capacity to remember things, okay, that is just a part of it, okay, that is memory, okay, that is just a part of your mental development. Okay, ano pa yung ibang sagot? Letter C, ability to deal with reality. Mental development is also cognitive, okay, hindi lang emotional, okay, yan. So, kumbaga, pasok lahat siya sa letter D. Okay, ganyan. May sumagot ba sa letter A? O, may sumagot din sa A, ability to deal with abstract objects. Hindi lang naman yan, di ba? Ang mental development, di ba? Kumbaga, uh, parang, kumbaga sa ano is, sa ano na yun, sa formal ano na yan, di ba? So, pwede ka pa namang mag-start sa pre-operational, di ba? Sa pre-operational ni ano is, ginagamit mo pa rin yung ano yung cognitive ano mo doon, 'di ba? Yan. So nagde-develop na yung mentality mo doon, okay? Kahit hindi lang sa formal, which is letter A. Okay, number 20. A child in his early childhood has to be provided manipulative materials to develop A, reading readiness skill, B, social skills, C, press skills, and D, numeration skills. Okay, so again, a child in his early childhood has to be provided manipulative materials to develop A, reading readiness skill, B, social skills, C, press skills, and D, numeration skills. Yan. Yan. So, manipulatives. Ano ba yung mga manipulatives? Mga blocks, yung mga ganon, yung mga, ano pa ba? Mga rods, mga sticks, yung mga ganon. Anything that they can touch, okay, and manipulate, okay, and that is why they are called manipulatives. Ano yung sagot niya dyan? Ano yung sagot niya sa number 20? Okay, so ang sagot niyan dyan ay numeration skills. Okay, so nabigay na nga ako ng ano, di ba? So blocks, mga beads, di ba? Ganyan. So of course, usually ginagamit mo yan for counting, di ba? Yung mga ganon, okay? Ang reading readiness skill, ano ba yung mga materials mo dyan? Okay, mga books, yung mga ganon, okay? Yan. Social skills, okay? Ito naman yung mga ano, play, okay? Ginagamit mo yung play and group activities. Alright? Okay, so meron pa ba? Okay, wala na pala. Alright? So kahit pa paano, meron tayong viewers ngayon for our first live dito sa ating FB. Alright, so agyamanak, salamat kayo, thank you, syukran, and salamat ida yun namin. Okay, so sa Saturday, Soksay majorship pa tayo. So nag-share pa rin ako ng 15 points. So palagay ko dito pa rin tayo. Okay, mag-build pa rin tayo ng audience dito sa FB Live. Alright?